Last time was Culex, this time's the climax. I did buy some items from Toad, so here's my current loadout. My Toad-out, as it were. I put the Quartz Charm on Geno, because I learned between videos just how useful it is. And I don't have to think about HP or FP, because those apparently automatically refill after the Gun-Yolk fight. So, yeah, frankly, I should be very over-prepared for this fight. If I somehow fail, then I am supremely bad at this game. But I don't think that's really likely. Yeah. It's a little unfortunate that it's probably not going to be a closer fight, but oh well. We have this very convenient metal claw here. The claw! It's a Deus Ex Machina, get it? And Smithy is Santa. Hey! There's the last star piece, which is really small for some reason. I like how the enemies that he makes just kind of awkwardly fly up into the air. Huh? Already finished your tour of the factory, huh? Alright then, how about a little demonstration? Show them what it takes to be a top scarer, huh? Yo, Smithy! That's whack, dog! Stop making those things and hand over the star now! Or star piece now, actually. Huh? Guffaw ha ha, ho ho ho. So you're Mario? Looks like we're gonna have a little dispute over the star. I don't know why this line has always felt redundant to me, because Geno mentioned the star pieces... Did he say star piece or star pieces? I don't know, but he mentioned those in the previous line, so it seems weird that he... I don't know, that's very much a me thing. Don't worry about it. Just hand it over and get out of my castle! My. We're a little touchy today, aren't we? You know, I'm actually growing rather fond of this place. Please, don't make us go through any more. Yeah, real intimidating, Peach. Just give us the star now! Better yet, why don't you give me your stars? Why, then I could easily conquer this world, because that's what you want, right? Then we could get rid of all wishes and create a world filled with weapons. Yeah, I don't really want a world filled with weapons. We already live in that world, in real life. It could be better. So here we go, this is Smithy. And Smelter, but nobody cares about Smelter. Yeah, I kind of love the fact that not only a boss, but the final boss in a video game, a Mario game for that matter, is just Santa Claus, essentially. Which, yeah, there's Sledge. That effect looks a little goofy to me. It's like they got the perspective wrong, so it looks like the sledgehammer falls in front of them instead of on top of them. I don't know. It could be a reference to the crushers in the castles in Super Mario World. Or at least the first castle. I don't remember if it's in any of the other ones. That's just my assumption anyway. But yeah, I enjoy this Santa boss with the googly eyes. I remember independently having the idea of a Santa boss a long time ago. It came to me in a dream, because of course most of my ideas seem to come from dreams. That's not really true, but it feels that way. I had a dream where it was like I was playing a video game with this really, really tall tower made entirely out of wooden toy blocks, the ones with the letters and numbers on them. Actually, I don't know if I've seen one with numbers, but at least letters. And it had this hazy tan mist inside of it that made everything kind of eerie, and the higher up you ascended this toy block tower, which is what I thought to call it until I realized that there's a Wario game that already has a level with that title. Yeah, there was this... The higher up you went... I don't know why I did Star Egg with Mario. Oh well, it'll work out. The higher up that you ascended this tower, the music got more imposing, kind of like the Hyrule Castle and Twilight Princess. And at the top of this tall, tall tower would have been an evil Santa Claus. Which, whenever I thought to try and make a game out of this concept later, I thought to call it the Ornamincer, like ornament and mincer to sound vaguely menacing, I guess, even though it's really cheesy. I don't know. But, yeah, and I also I tried making a boss theme that was basically just like a heavier version of the Jingle Bells song. But I made it in the Cave Story Org Maker, which is the music sequencer that comes with the free version of Cave Story. Like the fan translation and everything. Oh yeah, I should have probably been healing Mario and Geno for that matter. I could have given them a red essence, but... No, I need to save the red essences for another boss fight. Oh wait, there isn't another boss fight. Yeah, I'll just pick me up, Mario. That's fine. Drink up. Speaking of which, I brought a Coca-Cola with me so I can drink up too. The good stuff. Sword Rain. Yeah, that's my favorite sequel. You have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2, and then you have Cloudy with a Chance of Swords. Anyone remember that one, or is it just me? Okay. I'll just keep attacking. I don't think this boss fight will go on too much longer. This phase of it, anyway, because there's more than one phase. Oh no, I spoiled it. Yeah, I'll pick me up, Geno. Alright. Reluctantly saves my new friend. Oh yeah, Monsters FP is gone. I forgot that that's a thing that can happen. It's a thing that can happen even in the final boss fight. I'm not even gonna heal Mario this time, or bring him back. I think he might come back for the second phase anyway, I'm not sure. Meteor Swarm. This attack is really pretty, but it's also deadly. Well, this fight is proving to be a little bit more difficult than I was expecting it to be. Again, don't expect to have much trouble with it, but... Now let's bust out Star Egg with the pink performer and its two green assistants, left shark and right shark. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have any other Santa-related stories. I do have a kind of cool one from elementary school, actually. Because in elementary school, we were told to write letters to Santa Claus. And so everybody in the class did. I drew one that was a really, really detailed picture of Santa Claus. And yeah, the cool part was, supposedly they sent all these letters to the North Pole, and then whenever it came close to Christmas time, we all received letters from Santa, and they were cold. Because the idea was, oh, they just came fresh from the North Pole, so they're still a little bit cold to the touch. When in reality, you know that they just kept them in a refrigerator or a freezer and then just brought them quickly into the room before they warmed up. But it was still a really cool idea. I like that attention to detail. And it felt kind of magical at the time because I naturally had some suspension of disbelief. I wanted to believe that it came straight from the North Pole, even though I know that that's not what happened. Kind of magical. I want to see more stuff like that happen. Are we on the final phase of the fight yet? No? This is taking longer than I expected, probably because Mario's dead over there. Come on, Mario. Fine, I'll pick him up. I just feel like I should be saving all of this for the next phase of the fight. Yeah, these Shy Guys, these Shipers, they don't just stare daggers into your eyes, they make sure to stare daggers into every part of your body. From the sky. No, I don't know what this line of thinking is. No! I like how the arrow falls from the sky, lands on its head, just to get back up again. Calm down, Smithy. Your head looks like a geyser. He big mad. Don't get so worked up. Think of your blood pressure. Which is just the same joke that they made with Kammy Koopa and Bowser in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. We just built this yesterday, and the foundation's very weak. Yeah, that's a weird detail. Just the fact that apparently this entire facility was built in one day, just like Rome wasn't. So stop shaking the floor. How utterly annoying! I have Bowser's voice because I don't have many voices. Oh, what the... How in the heck? And then he has this animation that doesn't look like it should be looping. It looks like it should just play once, but it's looping anyway. And then we fall here, wherever this is. No! Ooh! Oh dear. That has different connotations these days. I'm burning, seething. Never have I been so wronged. It is time. I will show you my real form. Put that line here.
Only I have the brains to rule Lilac.
So, Andros, you show your true form.
I'll teach you some respect.
And I shall have my revenge. No! I don't know why he says no here. That's his third time saying no in the same cutscene, and it doesn't make any sense with this part. You'd think because he's kind of gaining a second win, he'd be like, yes! Whoa! Come on, you puny ants! Hey, what is it that Heimlich says? It's like, from up here you all look like puny little ants. Anyway, this boss fight is pretty interesting. This is the final phase of the final fight, and basically how it works is, the head turns into 4 other forms. This is its normal form. It has a tank form that has high attack, it has a wizard form that has high magic and low defense. You know what, I'm basically just reading the stats on the side of the screen, so you can look at them. See, there's a chest form, there's a casket form. Yeah, you know what's up. Although the wizard form is the weirdest one to me, because it has a nose that's basically just its penis. So I'm going to be doing a very similar strategy to what I had for the first phase, which is just Geno boost, and hopes that he doesn't use Shredder. What's he changing into now? Yeah, the tank form. The tank form is probably my least favorite because of the high attack, so... yeah, I'm gonna bust out the red essences now. Let's give Mario that red bowl. Fitting because he's the red character, and also this is a very red fight. I should have probably given it to Geno, apparently, because Geno is dead now. So, yeah. Just attack. Once it's Mallow's turn to roll around again, I'll bust out the pick-me-ups once more. Yeah, this is a really interesting fight. I guess you've got the star still on his belly. I didn't mention the belly, actually, the body. The body, the way that works is it has 1,000 HP, and it can only be disabled. It can't actually be defeated. So... it can be defunct for a little while, and then it comes back, I'm pretty sure is how that works. So there's not really a whole lot of reason to attack it, generally speaking. At least depending on your power level. Yeah, here's the form that just looks like it has a penis and a nose at the same time. I don't know if anybody else sees that, but that's what I see. Yeah, red essence, Geno. Before I forget. Get a freebie, of course. Oh, that's kind of menacing looking. Sort of a hellish move, even though it did 1 damage to one of my party members. Yeah. Just attack. This is the one with low defense. Ooh. So that, yeah, that is big damage. I don't know why this phase, or this form, I should say, has low defense. Maybe it's because the magic is supposed to be more powerful? That's just my best guess. Yeah, I don't actually know... You know what? Just for the sake of it, I'm going to try a normal attack with Mallow. See how much it does. Yeah, that's probably the most damage that Mallow has ever done with a normal attack in this game. I don't actually know, but that's my guess. Yeah, and this fight would be even easier if I used Peach, but... I don't know. I wanted to have Mallow and Geno in the final party because we have Mario and Peach and Bowser in basically every Mario game, but this is the only one with Mallow and Geno, and I feel like they deserve the limelight. They should be as present as they can be. So, because this is more or less the last time we ever see them. Yeah, is this guy gonna change form anytime? Or this... I don't know if this phase is... Like, I'm not sure if every phase is male, necessarily. This one is... I mean, I did say that it has a penis. I'm not really sure. Why did I think this form was female? Well, it's because in Chuck Conway's LP from 2008 he jokes the Magic Head is a female. You can tell by the position of the... Never mind. I misinterpreted this as a fact back then and just hadn't thought to fact check it until just now. The remake's monster list entry for the wizard form assigned to Magical Boy Smithy for some reason, confirming it must be male. I don't think I'm gonna run out of FP, so let's do Star Rain. That didn't do a whole lot. Yeah, you do your Palpatine attack. I guess another winter-related story that I have. This one's so stupid, though. Probably not the most fitting story to tell during an epic boss fight, but... Okay, what are you turning into now? Oh, the treasure chest. I don't really understand this one. And yeah, it has pretty high defense. Or maybe it just has normal defense, I don't know. But my really dumb winter-related story, back when I lived in Texas, where it almost never snowed, so whenever it did snow, the, like, 2 or 3 years out of the 11 that I lived there, it was a big deal. And, we had this cul-de-sac... Oh yeah, I forgot about these moves. They're so weird-looking. That looks like the top of Stone Tower Temple. Or just Stone Tower, actually, not the temple. But yeah, there was this cul-de-sac that was on a really big hill. And... Why didn't I do Star Egg? I'm just not thinking. Anyway, we didn't have a sled, because why would we have a sled? It almost never snowed. But my brother and I went out to sled down this hill anyway, and we used a trash can lid. And what was funny about it is I went down the hill with this trash can lid, and I managed to hit somebody else's sled while they were carrying it back up the hill, and then it kind of dragged underneath the trash can for the rest of the descent. And it was like, man, what are the odds of that happening? That's ridiculous. Sorry, man. And I gave the sled back. And then it happened again. It happened twice. That this guy's sled just somehow got stuck underneath my trash can lid. But it was amusing. I don't think he was really upset about it. It was just a thing that happened. Also, worth pointing out that this entire background is just Smithy heads. The normal form. Now let's keep firing away at this star-bellied Sneech here. You know, this whole fight actually kind of makes me think of a different Dr. Seuss book. Because there's the, well, almost any time that I think about weapons and about, in particular, like, nuclear weapons, I think about the Butter Battle book. Which, if you haven't read that one, the Butter Battle book is the one where there's two sides of this big, oh, here's the casket form, so I think this means we've seen all the forms now. That's nice. Very convenient. I want to say this one has high defense, but I'm not sure. Anyway. Yeah, the Butter Battle book, if you don't know that one, is the book in which there's two sides to this brick wall, and on one side, everybody butters their bread on the top, the other side, everyone butters their bread on the bottom. And they get really mad at each other, even though obviously this doesn't matter in the slightest. And they kind of start a war. They don't actually fight each other, but they keep building stronger and stronger weapons against each other until eventually they both independently make this seed that could destroy the other side completely. And the book just ends with them sitting there and saying, "What's going to happen? We will see." And it just ends there on this cliffhanger where they're both about to potentially drop these basically world-ending seeds. And that always kind of confused and haunted me as a kid. Because I was like, well, what's going to happen? Well, that's the point. We don't know what's going to happen, because it's a reflection of real life where we don't know what's going to happen. We just hope that nobody uses the weapons. Yeah, kind of an intense book, or young audiences. I am not paying enough attention to this fight. I'm just kind of talking, just rambling. Oh, Gino's dead. I forgot that characters could die in this game. Okay. You should be getting close, right? I could use the psychopath and find out, but it's probably a better move for me to pick me up Gino. Come on back, buddy. Anything else been going on? I did beat Vivid Lope, which I sort of realized later is, it's basically better Q*bert. I kind of forgot about that. I kind of forgot about Q*bert. Is it just me, or is it took me so long to realize that Q*bert is a pun? I just thought it was a weird name, like Q***Bert. That doesn't sound like anything. But then I realized, oh, he jumps on cubes. It's a reference to him jumping on cubes because he's Q*bert. Just had no idea, somehow. That seems like it's one of those things that should have been really obvious, but it just wasn't obvious to me. There's also the fact that the GameCube logo apparently has not only a G, but a C in it. I didn't know about the C. It's in the negative space. And also it's a cube, but that part's obvious. Well, this still isn't going to be a particularly close fight, but at least there's more death involved than I thought there would be. Let's go Star Rain again. I don't think it's actually that powerful, but it feels like a fitting move to use. Like how he's a little scouter there. What does a scouter say about his power level? Well, his HP is over... No, it's not even over 800, it's exactly 800. So I can't really use that joke very well. That reference is not really a joke so much. Woo! Here we go.
My body and head are burning! It's not possible. I don't believe it. I'm finished. Done for. Woo, no! Oh!
And I'm just thinking about the noises that the Great Mighty Pooh makes as he's falling into the abyss. There it is, the final star. Come on, Mario. Send the last one way up high. I like that it ends with a yellow star. Just the most iconic of star colors, at least for the cartoony 5-point kind of star. And for the Mario series. This is the last time we're going to be hearing this music. And it floats up to, presumably, the Star Road. That's what this is supposed to be representative of. Although we'll actually see that later in this video. The real Star Road, I guess. And this is kind of fun here in a moment. Thank you, everyone. The Star Road is back to normal, and they just fell in from the menu. I guess we kept sending them up to the menu, but I like to think about the menu as a physical space that exists in this world. Just off camera. Oh, there's like a weird trailing effect going on. That's kind of cool. Gino must be really, really dizzy by now. He floats up into the sky? Well, not very high up into the sky, it was like a foot. Mario looks so confused and concerned. But yep, the real Gino is back to his old self. I mean, his name wasn't Gino, it was like... But, you know. It's kind of a bittersweet ending. Yeah, when he said send the last one way up high, I didn't think he meant himself. I have heard a theory that Gino is Twink in Paper Mario. I don't think that's the case. It's an interesting idea nonetheless, though. And then there's also the theory that Rosalina is the one who is in charge of the Star Hill and Star Road, or I guess just Star Road probably, in this game. Which, I don't think that Nintendo was thinking about Rosalina in the Super Nintendo era, but that's another nice idea. This screen's a little bit awkward because when the sky brightens up in the background, the mountains look sort of badly cropped. But it's nice anyway. Now, I said in the beginning that this is one of my all-time favorite games. It's in the top 10, and this song that's playing now, which is called Seeking Dreams Through the Window of the Stars, this is one of my favorite pieces of video game music. I do like how Bowser is rebuilding his castle. He's part of the workforce too. This is always the scene that I think about when I think about this ending. Yeah, this is a Star Road, by the way. Oh, I forgot about this too. This weirdly dramatic shot that looks like it came straight out of Donkey Kong Country 2. Anyway. There's probably going to be people who think it's weird that I didn't do the remake instead, but I just have too much reverence for the original. I really do love this game a lot. I know that maybe at times it didn't feel like I did because I made fun of it a little bit and, you know, had some criticisms and skipped a lot of enemy fights, which I probably could have shown more enemies. I don't exactly think that the LP necessarily suffered a lot from not showing more of them, but I feel like I just could have to make it more thorough, but oh well. But yeah, it's hard to explain exactly why I love this game as much as I do. I think part of it is that it's an RPG, but it's an easier one than most. So I feel like the main appeal is not even so much the story, but it's the humor of it. It's the kind of game that makes you smile whenever you play it. I still don't understand what Booster and Valentina's dynamic is. It's like, do they like each other or not? Yeah, Dodo just looks at the camera like, it's a living. No thank you, Nintendo, or Square, or both. Yeah, this game's really cool. I don't know, I just think it's neat. Oh yeah, and this credit sequence. I'm probably never going to see this credit sequence again without thinking about, okay, this warrants some explanation. So, Picked Up on a Bus, who I've mentioned a few times in the past, in this very playthrough. Back in, I think 2015 to 2017, he did these very involved credits sequences for his Patreon backers. And it's like he did a different one every month, and they were more... It's way more effort than anybody else would ever put into that kind of thing. But there was one month at the end of 2016 where he just didn't have time to make one. I think he was in the process of moving or something, and yeah, there just wasn't time. So I surprised him by making my own credit sequence, and I just told him, yeah, all you have to do is add text with the backer names. And the credit sequence that I made was based on this game's credits, where I just kind of made my own graphics that represented all the Let's Plays that he did that year. And yeah, he was very appreciative of that. I kind of closely associate this game with Let's Plays in general, just as a concept. Both because I've seen so many of them, and also because I want to say that Chugga Conroy's Let's Play of Super Mario RPG was actually the first ever Let's Play that I watched from start to finish. In fact, back when I had my first computer that my dad set up for me, he set it up with no internet. So he told me, yeah, if you want to put anything on this computer, then you're going to have to use a flash drive. So that's what I did for a while, for I don't know how many months. I just had a computer with no internet that I put things on with a flash drive, and one of the things that I put on it was Chugga Conroy's Let's Play. I just individually downloaded every video. I don't even think I had like an en masse downloader at that time. I just went on a website and downloaded each one at a time, and I did so. I think I did it at like 180p, so it was super low quality, but that's just what worked for me. and I would take them to my computer and watch/listen to the series while I was doing other things. And it was partly because of the commentary, but also just because I enjoyed experiencing the game sort of secondhand, especially since at that point I hadn't actually beaten it myself yet. But yeah, I'm really happy to have finally done a Let's Play of this game after roughly 15 years of wanting to do it. And I know that so many people have made Let's Plays of this game, but this one is mine, even if it has been influenced by others that I've watched. General thoughts on the project, I think my main criticism that I have with the series, thinking back on it, is probably the audio editing, which I do want to get better about in general. I want to get better with audio, because I mean, part of it is that I have kind of harsh S sounds, or I have in the past. I'm trying to avoid that right now as I'm recording this, but yeah, that's just something that I can work on with speech therapy or something. But yeah, there's the nighttime part. This part's cool. Yeah, there's a little bit of echo sometimes. I want to avoid that more by putting a rug under my desk. I actually bought a rug that's currently sitting sort of stupidly in the doorway of my closet. It's just kind of shoved in front of the door. And I didn't want to install that yet until after I was done with this Let's Play, because I didn't want anything else to delay the Let's Play. But yeah, I can work with that. I had a lot of fun editing this series. That's one of the positives, I think, is just I had a blast. And I really hope that other people appreciate the effort that went into the series and can see it. I probably could have at some point fixed that sidebar error. Maybe I'll do that now. Poof. The sidebar errors are fixed. Except the game itself has a lot of tiling errors, so maybe I should put it back. Yeah, okay, they're back now. So dumb. Honestly, when I think about all the Let's Plays that I've ever done, it could be recency bias, but I feel like this could be my favorite that I've made. Although I do actually kind of want to revisit all of my older Let's Plays. I want to revisit what I'm calling Season 1 and 2, if I'm calling this the beginning of Season 3. I found it interesting kind of going back and thinking about those again. I think it's interesting how this is sort of a return to form for me in a way. Because, I don't know, my commentary has been more energetic this time around and hasn't really been this way since Season 1. But Season 1 it was more forced, and this time around it feels more natural because I'm just a happier person. And, but yeah, one of the things about Season 1 is that I had songs with lyrics that I wrote over the video game music, and I didn't do that at all in Season 2. Which is just bizarre to me. Like, how did I spend that long not doing that when it was such a staple of the first, I guess, era of my internet presence? I don't know. Oh yeah, here's the star, by the way. The star fireworks. That's a really cool effect. I actually like that a lot. Okay, well, when it comes to, I guess, future projects to consider, it's hard to say what the next one will be. I kind of want to do a shorter one next. Even though I have a Let's Play bucket list, I don't necessarily want to only focus on the games in that bucket list. One thing I'm not going to do is a Sonic Heroes playthrough, so I'm sorry if the end slates to all these videos has misled you, but yeah. I'm not much of a multitasker, so I'm probably not going to be doing another Let's Play alongside other things that I'm doing. And the next thing that I probably should work on is my website. I've been putting that off for too long. And then, of course, game development. And that's not even including, you know, my real life. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And to anybody who has stuck around for this whole series, I really do appreciate it a lot. Just means a lot that you're here. Even if only one person watched this and enjoyed it, then that's good enough for me. That makes it all worth it. And I know that there are people who are going to watch all of this and enjoy it. Because I've gotten messages from people, and I have my friends who have been looking forward to it. Yeah. So, I guess that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in whatever we do next.